So today, Abby and I have compiled a list of our favorite interventions to use and that we use in therapy. We often like to describe a problem during our chats, and sometimes we forget to give an intervention or how to potentially solve something. Today, we want to remedy this and talk about our most used and most effective interventions. As therapists, we acknowledge that what sounds very simple is not easy.
At all.
At all. So there's a big difference about talking about solutions or interventions and knowing something you can do, but then actually doing it in real time. That's really where the work is. So that's where it can also get kind of dicey and why therapy isn't a quick fix. It takes time and patience, trial and error. Every person has a system of defense mechanisms, all aimed to protect you. That may tell you that something new is scary or that discomfort is bad. It may be telling you that it's someone else's fault, so you don't need to change. It may say that if I stay vigilant, then I'll be safe. So never put your guard down. If I joke about something, then someone else can't hurt me. Or if I tell you to avoid the conversation because it's not going to end well. Or that feelings and vulnerability are weaknesses, so don't ever express them. This is what every therapist is up against and will help you wade through so that you can dream bigger and feel empowered enough to get there. That's my shameless plug for therapy.
I love that. That's a good plug. Good plug.
So, but here we are, and we want to tell you about the best things to do and to consider doing to improve your life.
Welcome to Fit Mind Chats. Get comfortable, join us in our virtual office, and get ready to gain insight into motivation that drives behaviors you don't understand. We are co-owners of Fit Mind Cleveland, a mental health private practice in Cleveland, Ohio, with grounded therapists that are approachable and meet you where you are in life, a place where you can see your strength and grow your greatness. I'm Abby Smeedy, an independently licensed clinical counselor.
And I'm Sarah Dellavella, licensed independent social worker.
And here are some of our favorite interventions and feedback that we give in therapy.
Yes.
My number one is something that people have control over.
Mm-hmm.
And it is literally exercise, sleep, and healthy food choices.
Sounds so basic.
Basic, but it's not.
It isn't. It's foundationally so important to set us up for the day.
100%. And then what I feel too is like when you were speaking earlier, I always think too, like when you're not in crisis, it's super easy to do these things.
Correct.
And when you are, it makes it harder. So totally get like, you know, when you're like, no, I do it all the time, but then this big thing hit, then I didn't. And it's like, that's why we practice.
Yes. When times are good.
Yeah. So then when times are bad, it's that instant reaction. So some of the things, I think this is like I use this with every diagnosis.
Everyone.
All of them. And if this is not a change you're willing to make, I usually say, hey, I'm going to refer out because this is the very basis of every treatment that I start with. Yes. And in DBT, we have these things called emotional vulnerabilities.
Yes. Yep.
And it's when your mood is changing or you're feeling a shift or your anxiety is getting increasing, focus is poor, I start looking at, okay, let's check in. Are you tired?
Yep.
Are you hungry?
Yep.
Are you under the influence of drugs and alcohol?
Yep.
Do you have a huge stressor? Are you sick?
Huge.
All 5 of those things, if one of them is present, your symptoms will increase.
Always.
And these are all 5 things that we have control over.
Yes.
Being sick, yes, you don't want to be sick, but you can take medication to help you feel better and knowing that it's short term.
You can rest.
Yes.
You can lay down. Don't go to work.
Yeah, or
take school. It easy. Or school.
Right.
Just because, and vulnerabilities, and I like that, I love that term, especially with DBT, is that you realize that when these things are not off, if you're really tired, if you're not feeding yourself well and you're starving, hangry, maybe you're either using substances or you even did the night before, let's say.
Yes.
You are going to come into your day more vulnerable to stress. That's what that means.
Yes.
And you don't have to. That's
more reactive.
You're just going to be more reactive to it. So if you can know that, you have like, okay, I'm going to need to get some sleep. I really need to eat. You start problem solving on a really basic level, but is so foundationally important level.
Basic needs.
It's your basic needs.
It's so, and it sounds crazy, but when you're starting to notice yourself being reactive or feeling something more intensely, that's right when the check-in. Am I hungry? Am I tired? Do I not feel well? Did I drink too much last night?
Yes. I sometimes say to myself and to other people, I'll be like, you can't really trust yourself right now. So when someone's like, I got 2 hours of sleep last night and I freaking hate XYZ so-and-so, I'll be like, I'm going to ask you just to pause. I want you to get good sleep tonight.
Yes.
And we will talk about it next time. You can even write about it so that when you wake up, I want you to check in with yourself and say, how do I feel about it right now? Let's say you're hungover.
Yes.
I have people with insane anxiety.
Oh, because all the GABA
too.
releases.
All of it.
So they have nothing
They have
countering
nothing
that
left.
anxiety.
Nothing. So, and just 1 ounce of alcohol increases your cortisol levels for 7 days. 7 days. So what I always tell them is don't trust what you think the day after.
No.
Because people will say to me, like, I felt so worried that I said something or did something like really bad. And maybe they called their friend and they were like, yeah, was I ridiculous? And the friend's like, no, you were fun. We all had fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
And they ruminate. Oh, but I said
ruminate.
this and this person, and they're ruminating. And that's because the GABA has been released.
It's gone.
And there's nothing to relieve the anxiety.
Nothing.
So there it is. And it's like, it just becomes amplified. Knowing that, I always say if any one of those 5 is present, no major life decisions.
Amen. That's exactly right. So often we think like in those times we're actually so much more impulsive.
Oh.
And we might want to make some big sweeping.
Must switch jobs.
I'm doing it. I'm quitting.
Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. We're getting a divorce.
Right.
Like,
wait till tomorrow.
I'm going to ask you to sleep on that just for a couple of days.
Put a pin
in it.
So true. And also, like, others say like it too. If you're putting junk in your body, I'm not saying you have to eat healthy.
No, all the time.
But if you're constantly shoving fast food, junk food, nothing healthy in your body, you're going to feel like crap.
Because of the drops in sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Like our physiology has a huge impact on how we feel.
Yes.
And so, like, if you notice, I notice if I've eaten a lot of sugar, and usually I eat more sugar after I haven't slept well because I need energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you start becoming more mindful and like present in your body and you realize like, oh, there's no coincidence that I eat more sugar and I drink more caffeine when I am sleepless.
Right.
You start going, oh, I get it now. And that's maybe probably another huge tool is we're talking underlying this is starting to be more mindful.
Oh,
when you
absolutely.
are checking in on yourself.
True.
So it's like 2 interventions in one.
But you have to check in.
But you have to check in.
As soon as you're starting to feel that, like, something's off.
Yes.
Let me check in with these.
Yep.
And I want to circle back to sleep. Because sleep is important, but I have people with a lot of sleep anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have sleep anxiety, you will be okay if you don't get, everyone 4 to 6 or 6 to 8, 8 to 10. You will be okay.
You will.
Like, relaxing. Because the more we have anxiety about sleep,
that's correct.
The less we sleep.
So you hit on this this is where therapy is never a one size fits all.
Yes.
Because if you do have sleep anxiety, worrying about it will keep you up longer.
Exactly.
So your therapist will tailor those interventions around sleep
Yes.
to what you specifically need. That's a really good caveat.
I feel like the thing that I'm talking about with the sleep for sure is, and this is when I'm like, are you staying up too late to play video games,
Yes.
watching TV, scrolling, partying? Those are things that you can control.
Yes.
Those are things to like to check in with. But if you have sleep anxiety, we treat that a little bit differently.
Yes.
But if you're making a conscious choice to stay up,
Yes.
knowing the next day you might have an increased anxiety, increase in depression, lack of focus, those are all things that can happen from that.
All. Yeah, it's really when you become that like mindful of yourself, you can problem solve things. Because we often try to solve a problem that we think is the actual cause, when underlying it's not even the cause.
Nope.
Like, I'm not feeling well, so and so just said something and I'm more reactive. It's them.
Right?
Yes. But actually you are just so much more vulnerable to it. And when you get more sleep and when you are eating better and you feel good, you can handle that stress in a different way. And you may not react in the same way.
Exactly. Or maybe your mood won't be as low if it's a depression type thing.
Yes.
So a lot of times we let people self-soothe by staying up and scrolling, or they'll eat a lot of sugar. And then that short-term little bump is like, woo, and then the crash happens. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's one of my favorite. That's one of the first. That's the jumping off point for me. Let's look at these.
And I have to tell you that I am not a person that can go without sleep. I have to have sleep. I don't have sleep anxiety. I can fall asleep just fine. I sleep very well. When I do not, though, I mean, I feel like I'm a different person.
Right.
I'm like bleary-eyed and like I can't really think. I mean, it's just never a good time. So if I absolutely need sleep.
And I
That's
think I'm
like
the opposite. Like,
foundation.
I feel like I'm a big sleep component with kids. I always say
Yes.
teenagers, I'm always like sleep, sleep, sleep.
Sleep.
But as an adult, like I have come to realize like I need a lot less sleep than what I would expect. I would 8 to 10.
Yeah, some
I
people
don't do 8 to 10. It's not my jam.
I am always like, I'm just like in awe. I cannot like
Mhm.
6 hours of sleep. I still feel bad.
Really.
I'm in 8 hours minimally.
I'm
I can function at 6, but it's not great.
I think once I hit like probably perimenopause, 4 to 6, and I feel like that is just the window. And I fought that for so long.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I'm fighting something and I'm not tired. I don't see this negatively impacting my mood.
So
It's more negatively impacting my mood fighting it and be like,
Yeah.
I need to sleep 8 hours. Like I'm causing myself
Yes.
more distress where it's
Yes.
like, actually I function on 4 to 6. And it's very odd. Like, and I used to
you're being
be,
mindful.
yeah, like I'm okay with it.
Yes. I am perimenopause has hit my sleep. But I find magnesium and a little melatonin really still helps me because I am very in tune with myself. And when I don't sleep, I'm a maniac. I mean,
You know, that's good that you know that. So
I
when
do
you're being
know
mean,
that
you're
about
like,
myself.
did I sleep?
I know. That's exactly right.
Mine's hunger.
Yeah. Hunger's bad too.
Hunger. And I'm a
Yes.
faster.
Uh,
So, I mean, I'm kind of used to it now, but like when it's my 18-hour windows up,
you're like,
a sigh. And Jimmy's just like, my husband, he can fast for quite a long periods of time. And he's always like, I don't know why you're hungry.
I don't know how you do it. Actually, I can't.
It's a time saver for me. Like I look at it as like me being efficient, but like it doesn't bother me. But like at that 18-hour mark, I'm like,
Yeah.
where's my cheese stick? Like I usually I'm tearing through the hall here. You might say hi. I'm
Yeah.
like, cheese stick.
Yeah.
Need my cheese stick.
Get that in there.
Out of my way.
I must have it.
Who's in front of the fridge? Out of my way.
Yeah.
I need the cheese stick.
I need that cheese stick now.
Yeah, I look so forward to that.
Yeah.
But that's my main one. What's
Oh, yeah. Okay, so-
let's lay me on one because I need to learn. I need some new material.
Well, I always like, okay, I was contemplating between going through like do the next thing or just do like my interventions around communication.
Ah,
And so maybe I'll do the next thing first.
I like to do the next thing.
Do the next thing.
I
is a
like
good
the
one.
next thing.
Okay, so let's say someone comes in and they're saying to me, this is a recent example. I really want to work out in the morning, but I just can't. I just have not, like, I'm not doing it. So we teach an intervention. It's just like kind of do the next thing and only the next thing. So first of all, I ask people, well, what are you thinking when you first wake up in the morning? So it's 5 a.m. Your alarm goes off. Tell me what you're thinking. And that person's like, it's too dark. People should be sleeping when it's dark. I'm too tired. I'm going to close my eyes just for a little while and then I'll get up.
No.
Okay, so all of a sudden I'm like, I clue into that. I'm like, yeah, that's not right. That you're already talking yourself out of it. So what we then do is I will say, okay, so when you wake up tomorrow or whatever day you're doing this, I want you to just say to yourself, I'm going to keep my eyes open for the next 30 seconds. That is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep my eye open for 30 seconds. At the end of 30 seconds, I'll decide if I want to close it again. Okay. Typically what happens there is that then your eyes are open and you're like, okay, I'm not that tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So then I would say, then do the very next thing. Get out of bed. Just get out of bed, go to the bathroom if you need to, right? Then that's it. Just say to yourself, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Okay, then you go to the bathroom. The next step might be just put on your clothes to work out. That's it. That's all you have to do, but you can always choose not to go.
Right.
So you are never going farther than your very next step. The reason this works is because people often then go, what they're doing in their head is saying, I have to get up early. I got to get dressed. I have to get myself water. I have to get in my car. I have to go to the gym. I have to work out. I have impending doom about then when I'm done working out. First of all, I have to think of like what I'm going to do there. And then when I get home, I have to like shower and then I'm going to have like my coffee and then I have to go to work. That seems exhausting.
That's
They're
a lot.
exhausted by that huge list.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what triggers is your anxiety goes higher, avoidance comes up and you go, I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to go to sleep. And so you never do it. You never do the thing that you really want to do.
And so you get the short term. Once again, it's almost like eating sugar. The short term you gain, you get a little bit. And then long term, you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I didn't do it again.
I didn't do it again. So it's doing only the next thing. You're not allowed to think any further than that step that you're on. So for me, this works because I hate cleaning my house. Like, I don't know why I get so overwhelmed, but I do because I'll sit there and I'll go, I've got to mop, I've got to vacuum, I've got to clean off all the surface. I got to find places for shit that I put there that I don't even know where it should go.
Yes.
Done. I'm not doing anything. So I have to just start with, I'm just going to look at this corner of this desk and I'm just going to go through the mail.
Yes.
All right. Now I'm going to go, I'm done doing that. Once I've gotten out of that, what we find is that the anxiety is already low enough that you then move on. So you actually increase your productivity and you get more done than what you thought you were going to do, even though the only bar you set was, I'm just going to look at this one pile.
Right.
That's it.
I did this with social anxiety.
Yes.
Like, you know what? Like, that's the list. Oh my gosh, I have to get shower. I have to do my hair. I have to get dressed. I have to do my makeup. Or if you're a male, I have to, figure out what I'm going to wear. I've got to get in my car. I have to drive there. And it's overwhelming steps.
Yes.
When it's just like, okay, maybe take a shower.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, just drive to the parking lot.
Yes.
You don't have to go in.
That's exactly right.
Don't go in.
The step is always just, I'm just going to drive there.
And you still feel success because you did something.
You did.
Yeah. And the next time, maybe, okay, I'm going to get out of my car and walk by the door.
Yes.
It's still success. When we don't do these small steps, then
You
we
never get to the end.
You don't get to the end. And also you don't feel success. So then you
No.
just get stuck.
Stuck in feeling like you are powerless.
Yeah. Like I'm terrible. I have no willpower, and all that negative self-talk happens.
Totally.
Just getting in your car and driving, you can circle around like the library, the building you're worried about going into. And you go home and you're like, well, at least I circled it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's like,
That is success.
well, I'm here.
That's typically what happens.
I'm here, might as well go in.
That's the same thing with the gym.
Yep.
Like once someone pulls in, they're usually like, well, I should just go in. Then they just go in. If you're in there and you're like, now I'm starting to get anxiety about what to do, just go to a treadmill. Just go just walk on the treadmill and say 20 minutes of walking is better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once you do that, you might be more interested in like, actually, I kind of want to go over there and I want to do a couple of free weights. All of a sudden,
Sure.
once you manage the anxiety around it,
You realize that, that wasn't that bad.
it's not that bad.
So I love the next thing. Like, because you're going to feel success. If you just do the first step, you shut your eyes and say no.
That's exactly right. If you kept it open, you're like, all right, I did it, 30 seconds. And maybe you chose to get up, but just go get coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But you at least made a step towards getting up at 5 a.m.
Yes.
Which is a step towards getting up at 5 a.m. and then going to work out. You cannot get to working out without getting up and out of your bed at 5 a.m. or whatever.
Exactly.
So it's small, very small goals that get you to your
And I love that one. That's one of my favorites. I use that one all the time.
I love that one. My I would say my communication skills. Okay, so I use Gottman for this one. And I think these are like the to-dos and not to-dos. So he has these things called it's a book that he wrote called 7 Principles for Making a Marriage Work. Go out, get it. It's awesome. It talks about conflict and communication, which everyone needs. We all need to learn how to do that.
It's the textbook of like.
It is the textbook of communication.
It is. It's great.
So things to avoid, what he calls the 4 horsemen of a relationship apocalypse, which I like because like it means downfall. And
I love the extreme language.
I love the extreme language on this one too. Mm-hmm. So stonewalling, it's when someone shuts down, they give you the silent treatment and they won't speak to you at all, right? This is one way to look at this, and this is one way I deal with stonewalling in my therapy session, is often stonewalling happens after someone comes to you with, let's say, criticism. Okay. And that person is shutting down emotionally. Mm-hmm. So we first step is we kind of redefine it as a survival state. Like you've just shut down. Someone triggered your threat mechanism, your threat detector. And so now your brain is like fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And people freeze and they don't want to speak. So what I tell people when they are the shutter downers, and I have lots of those in my marriage couples, I say, I want you to take a time and space. Mm-hmm. I want you to breathe. And I want you to just kind of get your nervous system back online. Right? Yes. Even if it means that you don't talk about, you table it until you come in here and you feel like, okay, we're going to address it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you always want to get back to the topic, but you don't want to do it when you are in that shutdown state. And you just don't have anything. You can't find things to say.
Right. It's the same with the escalated state.
Totally.
You're never going to get anywhere. I always tell people, like, when you're up here. Yeah. Like, if you can see my hand, it's up in the air.
Yeah.
If you're up here, like, nothing's going to be resolved because, like, you're on fight, flight, or freeze at that point. So you've got to come down and be like, okay, I got to get myself to a logical place
Because
Calm
your
place.
prefrontal
Yeah,
cortex goes back on
Yeah.
when you are calm.
Yeah.
And it's off when you are in survival mode.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then contempt, one of the most destructive of the four horsemen. So if you talk to your partner with like disdain, disgust, like it's where you are disrespecting them, you're mocking them, maybe you're rolling your eyes, you're sighing heavily, like you're sort of taking a stance of like moral superiority and that they're somehow like less than you.
Right.
So that's what they mean when they say contempt. And unfortunately, we've all been in that place where we've done it and probably received it.
I'm an eye roller.
Yes.
I roll my eyes, and I don't even know I'm doing it sometimes.
I also roll my eyes sometimes. And then I have to remind myself like that. It's so destructive. Even with my kids, sometimes I have to be like, don't like make a...
Yeah.
Like they are so infuriating to me.
Yes.
I don't want to send that message, right?
Right.
So contempt is extremely destructive. And the intervention around that is we really want to cultivate an atmosphere of appreciation. Like it's okay to come to someone with a problem, but leave it there. Like be aware of your body language.
Yes.
Say thank you for the things that you notice that they do.
Yes.
Like if all you ever do is roll your eyes, I don't know why anyone would want to have a good conversation with you.
Right.
Right? Like
I agree.
So have body language and language around gratitude towards that person that says I'm going to handle this as just a problem to be solved and not necessarily like I am just so much better than you and you suck at everything.
Right.
Kind of attitude.
For sure on that one.
So
and also like most of the time, like there's one little thing bothering you. This is a little sneaky intervention I like to put in. I'm like, what's the gratitude? There's probably 5 gratitudes, that one thing that irritates you.
Yes.
You know, like in opening up. I mean, I think there is like a thing with giving feedback to kids. You give 5 positives to 1 negative, that whole thing.
Yeah.
But like there is gratitude usually like when you're starting to pop off. You know what? Like this is one thing that's making me mad. There is a whole other 5 things I'm grateful for this person for.
Amen. That is exactly what I mean, is when you have more of that going on, when your mind is now training to look for the good too, it reminds you in those moments where you're like, that thing drives me crazy. And you're like, but that's not, he does like, or she does a lot of other things really well. And maybe like, I can't lose sight of those either.
Right.
Yeah.
And it will calm you down to think of like, what's my gratitude? I always tell people at the end of the day, like not even a real partner, end of the day, 5 things that happened today that you're grateful for. It could be a pleasant smell.
Yes.
It could be like, I made it through the day.
Yeah.
But like 5 things that you're grateful for, there are so many. And we tend to focus on, I say this in my yoga class all the time, we focus on that one negative.
Yeah. And
there's like 500 other great things that happened.
Yeah. You know, I think my husband brought this up. He was like, you know, I think a lot of people, just like men specifically, want to feel appreciated. And he said, I get that feeling from like my friends too. It's like they feel unappreciated. And I think that like when you start doing those things, it changes just the atmosphere between you two.
For sure.
So that's a good thing. The other one is defensiveness. So sometimes we get upset. Someone comes to you with a problem and you immediately say, if I do that, you do 5 other things that are bad or worse or the same. And so we don't get to what really is more helpful is just being like, yeah, actually I did do that. My apologies. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
And we've talked about this before. I always tell kids, and this is an intervention I use with kids all the time.
Yeah.
If you're honest about it, it takes all the power away from it.
It does.
Like, yeah, I did it.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
This is interesting. Like, I had a board meeting the other night. I had 2 alerts on my phone and a sticky note on my computer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Izzy, I got to take you early because I got to be back in time for a board meeting. I drop her off. I go home. I sit on the couch. My husband's out of town. I'm like, oh, I'm watching trashy TV. I click on, and then all of a sudden this text went out, and I was like, oh, like an hour later, I'm like, I had a board meeting.
Missed the board meeting.
What is wrong with me?
Oh, yeah.
And so,
that has happened.
Like, oh, I had a flat tire. Oh,
yeah.
You know, Jim's out of town. I'm just struggling with balancing everything. I was like, guys, I flaked.
Yeah.
I had all these notifications. I had a sticky note.
Yes.
I sat down and watched trashy TV.
Like that quickly it was out of your head.
Out of my head. Like,
I know.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm telling you, that's when I think I have like dementia.
Oh yeah.
I really think like.
And Izzy's like, you had to drop me off early. I did drop you off early so I could go to this meeting
that I
completely forgot about.
Immediately blanked on after we.
Yeah. And everyone was so supportive, like, oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
You know, like it. And it's, if I would have made up all these excuses, it would have been like, freaking Abby.
Yeah.
Making up excuses. And these are all thinking errors too. We have these things called cognitive distortions. It's a fancy word for thinking errors. And when we make excuses and blame and think we're above the rules, those are all thinking errors, and they cause more problems than they solve.
Yes, they do.
And that's another intervention that I use is like the thinking error. I'm like, what thinking error are we using? Own it. Yes. Takes the power out. We're like, yeah, I was a dick.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hey, did you like remember to bring the garbage cans in? Because I always forget to do that.
Oh.
And I'll be like, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Like, that's it. Just drop it. It's just like that. There doesn't have to be an escalation of, well, I did 5 other things today, and how dare you question me on the garbage cans?
Running around like a maniac.
You don't even care about me. Right? Like, we've now taken it to a 10.
Yeah.
And now the person who just said, did you bring in the garbage cans? My husband, I'm just saying in this particular case.
Right.
He's flipping a house, so he's gone all the time now. Poor Chris. Anyway, but it goes from just a quick, oh shit, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. And it's done and it's over with. So it's really, if you can focus on it, I guess this goes to my last one, which is criticism. Don't make it about a personal attack. Criticism is about personal attacks. If my husband was like, you're so lazy, I'd be like, no, that's actually not the case. I just kind of forgot, right? Like
I'm forgetful. Amen.
Yeah. Okay. But it's like, we don't go to character, and that's how you are. You don't ever care about me. Mm-hmm. Now we've gone from the problem to be solved to now you're picking at each other's character.
A character attack.
That's not going to end well. I never going to end well.
And it sticks with people.
It does.
It sticks with you. When someone says something that attacks your character, you're always like,
yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah, that hurt. And you're kind of in your head, you're like, do you really think that about me?
Right. And then that's when maybe the silent treatment, though.
That's where you can stonewall.
Yeah,
you could be like, you know what? I'm not even arguing with you. You don't deserve, you think I'm a terrible person. And it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So these are just some different ways to look at it. And I say to couples, and really, truly, this isn't just about couples. This is about everybody. If you can just keep it at the problem. Like, here's my problem. This is what we've got to solve. Like, you can make it a lot easier to handle between 2 people than like going at someone's character or bringing up the 10 other things that were bothering you after someone brings something up that maybe you didn't do. Like, it now we're deepening this conversation. We're actually off topic. Right. We're like not even.
But you know what I think with this too? I think the double standard of that, the double bonus of doing that, and say you do that in front of your kids, you're teaching them to take accountability.
Yes, you are.
And when I picked up Izzy, like an hour later, like I even told her, I'm like, you're never gonna guess what I just did. I forgot about the meeting. Yeah. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. Like, why I flaked. And owning it and showing them like, hey, you can make this mistake.
Yes.
And owning it, nothing bad happens.
Nothing bad happens.
So if you're practicing this, like I think it's a double bonus, because your kids, if you're around your kids will see it. And you're doing it with your partner's going to see it. Absolutely.
It normalizes, like there's no shame in being forgetful. It's no shame in blanking for a second. No. That shit happens. Just own it. Like there's actually, look at how easy it is to own it. Yes. And everyone moves on, and like it's not a big deal anymore.
No, it takes the fire out of it.
It takes all the fire out of it.
I have 2 more quick ones, and these are the ones I always use. Distract.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big distractor, and not avoiding, but like say your anxiety's starting to shoot, like finding a distract. No, it didn't work. Well, if we make a giant jar of distracts, and you pick every single distract technique out of there, we'll have ridiculous ones, we'll have good ones, we'll have over 200 in there, and you just pick and pick and pick. By the time you get through a few of those, the anxiety's down. And you can maybe face what you're doing, calming down to come back to something. Exactly. So I like a distract jar, or I mean, if you can just internally do this too, I'm great at internally doing it. Like, okay, I'm going to distract myself. I'm getting heated about this, or I just can't think about this any longer. Yes. I'm going to go do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to get busy. Yep. That's a huge one for Marcia. And also with the communication, I want to gear back, because I do DBT, you like Gottman, I do Marcia. Yes. and Marsha Linehan is like the father. She created DBT.
Yep.
Mother of DBT. But anyway, like the Dear Man, and that's like, it's the acronyms of things. That's how you make a request. Maybe you're nervous about making.
Yes.
If you don't know it, look it up online. It's Dear Man as a DBT. It'll pop up and it'll give you all the steps. That's one of my favorites. And the other one I love, oh my gosh, why is it escaping me right now? The 5 senses. So you're starting to get heated about something, or like you're anxious, or you're like unable to focus. What's 5 things you can see? What's 5 things you can hear? What's 5 things you can touch? And what's 5 things you can smell? I'm not doing taste because I don't want you self-soothing with food. But people are like, I can't smell 5 things. You absolutely can. You can smell your hand. You can smell your shirt. You can smell your pen. You can smell your purse. You can smell a lot of things. Yeah. And it's going to distract you. By the time you get through 5 things you can see, 5 things you can hear, 5 things you can smell, 5 things you can touch, usually you start to settle down. If you don't, do it again.
Yes.
So those are things that I kind of like to ground, and it's grounding you. PTSD, this is a grounding technique.
Yes. Get out of your head and into your body.
Yes. Yoga is good too. Legs up the wall. I can't believe I didn't bring that one up. Yeah. If you're having trouble sleeping, legs up the wall. But also if you're stressed, just putting your legs, getting your heart below your head or above your head, it's really powerful.
Yeah. So
those are like, like more physiological ones, but that's one of my favorite. I'm always like, put your legs up the wall. Kids love this. Do a shoulder stand. Well, kids more.
Yes. I am a big believer in like all of those techniques. And I will say again, all of this sounds so simple. Yeah. It's implementing them at the right time. Cause I think often we're ready to like fire on our feelings. Mm-hmm. We don't pause and like really think it through. So a lot of these are helping to create a space for you to pause, think things through, get out of whatever survival state you're in so that you can do that before you actually act on it.
Be reactive.
Yeah.
So I think these are all super good ones. These are my favorites. And if you come to me and you're listening, these are things that I constantly am like, did you try? Did you try? Did you try? What about this? What about this? And I will say sometimes as a therapist, these are just natural things for me. Yes. I assume the person's going to know that, hey, did you check in with this? And like, it's new information, and realizing like, hey, this is new information. This is like if I have something wrong with my gallbladder and the doctor rattles off like something, I'll be like, what? It's new to me. So a lot of times just checking in and hearing these things, be like, oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah, none of it's earth shattering, really. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit, it's organized a little differently for you. And it, like, when stated, like, your mood is related to how you slept the night before or the last few nights, like it has an impact and just takes some time. Like, none of it's earth shattering. None of what we said is like probably something you haven't heard before.
I've never went to an earth shattering intervention, like learning experience, like it would be a convention or a training. I agree with I've never walked out with like, oh my gosh, that's new information.
Yes. Deep breathing. We breathe. Yeah.
Long inhale in, longer exhale out. What?
I know.
Box breathing? Who knew?
Tapping has been.
Tapping?
And maybe that's a topic for another day, because tapping's pretty cool. That one, I was like, what? It triggers the ventral vagal. Like, I was like, whoa. I thought it was to distract, actually. And when I learned.
It's actually a calm.
Yes. I thought that was really cool.
A somatic calm, yeah.
A somatic calming technique.
Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Fit Mind Chats. We'll see you next Monday for another session. If you have a question or a topic that you'd like covered, follow us on Facebook, Fit Mind Cleveland, and message us.
Yeah. If you would like to seek out therapy services, go to our website, fitmindcleveland.com, and contact us. If you leave us a rating or a review and share our podcast with family, friends, enemies, or anyone that needs it, we want to bring mental health access to all people that can benefit. I can't read it.
Have a great week. Thank you.
Thank you.